Say software development life cycle, SDLC. It is not only for software testers, also for software developers. Actually, it is primary concern for developers, testers secondary, but software testing also part of software development life cycle. That's why testers need to familiar with software development life cycle. Final conclusion, software development life cycle for software developers and software testers. Okay. Software development life cycle. What is SDLC? Software development life cycle. SDLC is the process of developing software through business needs, analysis, design, implementation, and release and maintenance. Next, what is STLC? Software testing life cycle is the process of testing software in a well-planned and systematic way. STLC is the process of testing software in a well-planned and systematic way. Next, different organizations have different phases in STLC. However, generic software testing life cycle consists of the following phases. Phases of software test life cycle: test planning, test design, test execution. Next, fourth one, evaluating the exit criteria. Last one, test closure. Next, what is the difference between software development life cycle and software testing life cycle? Software development life cycle involves the complete verification and validation of a process or a project, whereas software testing life cycle involves only validation. Software development life cycle involves business requirement specifications, analysis, design, software requirement specifications, development, next testing, next release and maintenance. Whereas software testing life cycle involves preparation of test plan, preparing test cases, collecting test data, test execution, defect reporting and tracking, regression testing, and test closure. Next, final conclusion, STLC, software testing life cycle, is a part of software development life cycle. STLC is a part of SDLC. Next, what is waterfall model? Waterfall model is one of the most widely used software development process. It is also called as linear sequential model. It is widely used in the commercial development projects. In this model, we move to next phase or step after getting input from previous page, like in a waterfall. Waterfall flows, water flows down to from the upper steps. Next, what are the advantages of waterfall model? Advantages of waterfall model: simple and easy to use. Next, easy to manage due to the rigidity of the model. Each phase has specific deliverables and a review process. Next, third one, phases are processed and completed one at a time. Next, fourth one, works well for smaller projects where requirements are very well understood. Next, what are the disadvantages of waterfall model? Disadvantages of waterfall model. First one, no working software is produced until late during the life cycle. Next, high amount of risk and uncertainty. Next, third one, poor model for complex and object-oriented projects. Next, fourth one, poor model for long and ongoing projects. Next, fifth one, poor model for poor model where requirements are at a moderate to high risk of changing. Next, what is V model or V-shaped model? A framework to describe the software development lifecycle activities from requirement specification to maintenance. The V model illustrates how testing activities can be integrated into each phase of the software development lifecycle. Next, what are the advantages of V model? Advantages of V model. Tester role will take place in the requirement phase itself. Next, multiple stages of testing available so that defects multiplication can be reduced. Next, third one, can be used for any type of requirements. Next, fourth one, due to multiple stages of testing and multiple teams involvement, quality can be improved. Next, fifth one, the V model supports wide range of development methodologies such as structured and object-oriented systems development. Next, last one, the V model supports tailoring. Next, what are the disadvantages of V model? Disadvantages of V model. It is an expensive model than waterfall model, needs lot of resources, budget and time. Next, coordination and maintenance are difficult. Next, third one, adoption of changes in requirements and adding new requirements at middle of the process, difficult. Next, last one, it needs an established process for proper implementation. Next, what is prototype model? Prototype model. It begins with requirements gathering. Developers and customers meet the define the overall objective of the software. Developers prepare design documents using all available requirements, then build the prototypes. Prototypes are sent to customer. Then customer evaluates prototypes and give feedback. Developers redefine requirements, modify software design, and produce modified prototypes. Next, process will be continued like this. After getting customers' confirmation, developers start regular process, software design, coding, testing, and release and maintenance. The objective of this approach is getting clear, means complete and correct requirements from customers in order to avoid defects multiplication. Next, what are the advantages of prototype model? Advantage of prototype model. The customer doesn't need to wait long as in the linear model or waterfall model. Next, feedback from customer is received periodically and the changes don't come as the last minute surprise. Next, customers interaction improves the quality as well as success rate. Next, what are the disadvantages of prototype model? Disadvantages of prototype model. It is an expensive approach and time-taking process when it's compared to sequential models like waterfall and V model. Next, customer could believe the prototype as the working version. Developer also could make the implementation compromises. Once requirements finalized, then adapting changes in requirements and adding new requirements are difficult. Next, what is spiral model? The spiral life cycle model is a type of iterative software development model. See, waterfall model, V model are sequential development models. Spiral model is iterative software development model, which is generally implemented in high risk projects. Next, it was first proposed by Boehm. In this system development method, we combine the features of both waterfall model and prototype model. In spiral model, we can arrange all the alternatives in the form of a spiral. Next, what is requirements gathering phase in software development life cycle? Requirements gathering. This is an initial stage in software development. In this stage, business analyst category people gather requirements from the customer and document them. The document called BRS, Business Requirement Specification, or CRS, Customer Requirement Specification, or URS, User Requirement Specification, or PRD, Product Requirement Specification, or BDD, Business Design Document. See, document name whatever it might be. Business analyst category people gather requirements in this stage and document. See, widely used term is BRS, Business Requirement Specification. See, document names may vary from one company to another and one project to another, but widely using name and standard name is BRS, Business Requirement Specification. See, requirements gathering is an initial stage in software development life cycle. In this stage, business analyst category people gather requirements from the customer and document them. The document called BRS, Business Requirement Specification. Next, what is BRS in software development? What is BRS in software development? Business Requirement Specification, which means the client who want to make the application gives the specification to software development organization, and then the organization convert it to SRS, Software Requirement Specification, as per the need of the software. Next, what is SRS, Software Requirement Specification? in software development. Software Requirement Specification (SRS) is a perfect detailed technical document of the system to be developed. SRS document is an agreement between the development team and the customer, covering the functional and non-functional requirements of the software to be developed. SRS, Software Requirement Specification document, consists of two sub-documents. One is System Requirement Specification, another is Functional Requirement Specification. SRS can be derived from BRS document and it is technical document. Next, what is HLD? High level design or global design. High level design gives the overall system design in terms of functional architecture and database design. It designs the overall all architecture of the entire system from main module to all sub-modules. Next, what is low level design or detailed design? Low level design, the view of the application developed during the high level design is broken down into modules and programs. Logic design is done for every program and then documented as program specifications. For every program, a unit test plan is created. Next, explain about the software release process. Software release process. Project manager, PM, forms release team. Release team consists of a few developers, testers, project management executive, and system administrator, etc. Release team goes to customer place and deploy the software. Next, release team provides necessary training to the customer side people. Next, explain about the software maintenance process. See, software maintenance is the important activity in the IT industry. Software maintenance process. Project manager forms maintenance team after software release. Maintenance team consists of a few developers, testers, project management executive, system administrator, etc. Change control board receives customer change requests and perform required changes. Say we have three types of software maintenance. One is modifications, corrective changes and enhancements come under modifications. Next, two, migration, migrating from old technology to new technology without disturbing the purpose of software. For example, Windows 98 to Windows 7 or 10. Next, MS Access database to SQL Server or Oracle. That is migrating from old technology to new technology. Next, third one. See, we have three types of software maintenance. One is modifications. Second one is migration. Last one is retirement. Retiring the old system and developing new system without disturbing the purpose of software. For example, two-tier application to web application or entire application. Next,